Kansas City Chiefs star Jamaal Charles could play for the Denver Broncos in 2017. At a time in the early end of the new NFL year when franchises are actively seeking new talent, one particular move could see a long-running Kansas City Chiefs star, Jamaal Charles, heading over to don the orange and blue of the Chiefs' main rival, the Denver Broncos. As reported by the Kansas City Star, sources confirmed that the former Chiefs running back and current free agent will soon be visiting Denver to seek a possible contract with the franchise. Charles' time with the Chiefs was left in question in 2015 when he tore his right anterior cruciate ligament in his knee during a game against the Chicago Bears. Since then, Charles has been in and out of surgery and rehab, repairing and reconditioning his knee to get himself back to 100%. He returned to play in the 2016 season against the Pittsburgh Steelers and a few games following, but the knee swelled once again and Charles was eventually placed on the Chiefs' injured reserve list. Chiefs management eventually made the final call to release him back in February of 2017. The release opened up over $6 million in the Chiefs' salary cap. The final decision for Charles' release from his contract in Kansas City almost certainly compounds the issues with his knee, given the fact that Kansas City is choosing to put their stock into newer emerging talent. Relative newcomer Spencer Ware took up the starting role in 2015 and has since moved the ball for nearly 1,000 yards and 3 touchdowns since. Even further, the Chiefs' selection of Toledo star running back Kareem Hunt in the third round of the 2017 NFL Draft hints at an upcoming competition for the starting role between Ware and Hunt and a wealth of young options outside of Jamaal Charles. Since his release, Charles has reportedly been around to a few other franchises in search of a new contract, but his upcoming visit to Denver most certainly turns a few heads. C.J. Anderson has held the starting running back position for Denver since 2013, notably scoring the final touchdown against the Carolina Panthers at Super Bowl 50 to secure victory for the Broncos. However, Charles' veteran skills could push the team's running game even further. Dependent upon whether he would be fully recovered and healthy, the former Chiefs star's 5.5 yards per carry average and over 7,000 career rushing yards speak volumes of his experience. That said, even if he were not immediately on the field pending his condition, Charles' experience and general charisma could be what Denver needs to boost the overall roster. If he's not taking Anderson's starting spot, he could provide in a mentoring capacity, not to mention lend a few crucial yards for the Broncos when it's needed. It's still far too early to say what will happen, but Charles has a lot to offer to the game whether he's 100% or not. And if he does happen to be healthy and ready, he's a threat to every running defense facing him. Whatever happens with Jamaal Charles' upcoming meeting in Denver, there is no doubt in any Chiefs fan's mind that it would be most bizarre to come up against Charles in a Broncos jersey. Charles spent 9 years of his career carrying the ball on the ground for the Chiefs. It would be appropriate to say that he was one of the cornerstones of the team with his outstanding presence and talents, and he ranks among one of the best running backs to ever play the game. When Charles finally decides he's done, he will most certainly go down in the Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Fame. Hopefully, Chiefs fans can look past it if Jamaal Charles ends up on the rival roster in Denver before that time comes.